Johnny Jones, TSA Officer and President of the American Federation of Government Employees, Local 1040. Thank you so much and welcome to Ion Politics.
All right. Well, thank you for having me, Jack. We appreciate you taking our message out there to the people.
You bet. So, your national president called on Congress to pass a clean resolution and reopen the government right away. That was on Monday. Do you agree with that message?
Yes, we are in accord in regards to opening the government without delay. The frontline workforce has went 28 days without being paid. Now it's 30 days at that particular moment. So yes, we are fully in agreement of opening the government and allow them to negotiate what they need to negotiate and stop using TSA officers and other federal employees as pawns.
And what has the reaction been? What have you heard from people that you know about your union's message for Congress to pass a clean continuing resolution?
Well, we haven't really heard that much outside of our circle, but the other unions like the pilots and the flight attendants, they definitely want the government open because they don't feel safe knowing that we are going without pay and the air traffic controllers are short staffed and so they are eagerly wanting this to end as well.
And I know that your national president did this on Monday, and here we are on a Thursday, several days later, and still the government is not reopened. Congress has not passed a clean resolution. I should say the Senate has not passed a clean continuing resolution. So what's your reaction? What's your message?
Well, it is time to open the government. The federal employees are being held our paychecks are being held hostage. We don't want a rain check. We need a paycheck like today, not tomorrow. We just want to see the politicians do their job. We all took the oath to protect and uphold the Constitution of the United States. They did as well. We just ask that they do their job so we can do ours.
And let me ask you, because you said it, the fact that you haven't gotten paid. So how big of a concern is that? How are you going to put food on the table?
Each person's house is built differently. I speak from the vast multitude of the employees in which we represent. You know, some employees are like, "Well, I'll be okay. I'll be in good shape for another couple weeks." But I do have coworkers that don't have any food. I have coworkers that have $1.98 in their bank account. I have coworkers that are, going to food trucks and food pantries after they get off work. We are trying to organize those things locally, but it's very difficult logistically to get these food trucks to the work sites. Me personally, my family, we've actually started liquidating some stocks and other assets to make sure we have ample cash available because as the leader of the workforce, I plan on going to work no longer how long this shutdown is, to show my face, to make sure everybody knows that I'm in this fight with them. My wife and my other family members, they just don't quite understand what's going on. My wife has become more supportive of, hey, this is she's still working and I still have kids. They're just all this just it's ruining family vacation. We have a pre-planned vacation to go to New Orleans, and my daughter wants to see Billie Eilish. We've already paid for most of it, other than maybe the gas to get there. Um, and now my daughter actually said, "I want to sell the tickets so we don't go." And I said, "Well, honey, this could very well be your Christmas present, and we've already paid for it. And I can't get really the money back anyway." So it's there's a lot of consideration. This is just one little slice of what we are dealing with in my family. And other families have had the same problems, like they have vacations planned or whatever it is, and they're having to reschedule those events or cancel
And
them.
and let me ask you, how have you seen problems with, employees not showing up to work because they're trying to find other jobs, or is that not an issue? We keep hearing this may be an issue of people not showing up. Have you experienced that?
I'm going to say that the amount of people that have not been able to come to work, I don't have the exact number, but it's definitely upticking. And it's not because they're ill, it's because they no longer have the funds to come to work or they have to make other arrangements. But if this goes on for much longer, the biggest question is, just as anybody's watching this program, is how long could you physically go to work without being paid? Next week, if we don't get paid, that would be 2 full paychecks that we didn't receive, and we got a half a paycheck in October. So this would be near impossible for most people. Some people have maybe an extra, $1,000 or $2,000 saved, but that is evaporated by now. You are living on vapors. You're getting payday loans. You're going to get robbed if you go to the bank or you try to loan money from a loan shark. They're going to charge you like 18% interest on your credit cards. The last time we had a shutdown, we had folks that took 6 months to 2 years to get out of the hole because of the shutdown. It had nothing to do with them. They went to work every day, but they just didn't get paid.
And how is morale?
Uh, the morale, people are scared. Okay. I've often said, stop doing inspections on people's uniforms and start looking to see if they have something to eat in their lunch bag. We need to start being a little more worried about and being compassionate to the employees that are truly struggling. We have people that are, scared. They have medicine they need to purchase and they may not have the money for it. This is going way too long. The damage is starting to scar people, and people are afraid. The morale of the employees, like I said, is confusing because they all love doing their jobs. They swore to uphold the Constitution. They love for meeting with the public and taking care of the passengers every single day, but nobody can understand not getting paid.
And is management sympathetic?
They have been sympathetic, but they've done the best they can to. It just seems like the lower the level management, the more in touch they are. It just seems like there might be guidance coming from headquarters of saying, hey, if you call out, you're gonna have to bring a doctor's note. Even we have a contract that says you have certain criteria. Things are being. It seems like it's becoming more harsh against the employees for missing work, and that's a deep concern of mine because it puts people in bad positions.
And at this point, I guess, have you been in touch? Have you tried to reach out to members of Congress yourself?
Yes, yeah, we definitely reached out to members of Congress. We reached out to the senator staff. Um, you know, it's look. There's way too much political finger pointing going on, and not enough action. The issue is that, in my opinion, and I'm not going to get too deep into it, but I will say this: is that it seems like we have a lot of people in politics these days that represent parties, not the people. And if that's going to be the case, then it's time for us to change our elected representatives that actually represent the people, not the parties. And George Washington made that very clear when he left office in 1799.
All right, Johnny Jones, we will leave it there. Thank you so much. I wish you and your family all the best.
Thank you for having me. We appreciate it. Thank you.